Hey everyone, this is Chad. Thanks for coming to Director Cord Wargaming. If you are new here, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. Hit the bell, be part of the horde. And now, stay tuned for the show, folks. Today we have a match between Jesse and Thomas. Jesse brought the Custodes, and Thomas brought the Necrons. Today they're going to be playing Eternal War Strike Force, Vital Intelligence. It's on page 300 of the main rulebook. You'll notice both of them are setting up straight on the line. Sometimes it's good to set back just a little bit, just in case somebody can get a charge or something off on you. But they both have a strategy. They're setting up and hiding behind buildings. So we'll see how that goes for them. While they're setting up here, I will mention, check out the link down below for the Renegade Open. It's a big tournament here in Minnesota. Happens regularly. They have great terrain. The guys that run it are great. It's a local tournament, and it is full right now, but just check out the link and get yourself a ticket next time for sure. And if you're in the Twin Cities metro area and you'd like to come in and get a game in with us and be featured in a battle report, go ahead and shoot me a message. We'd love to have you in for that. We will wear masks if you feel more comfortable with that. And it's just the three of us in the room. It's one person recording, usually myself, and then the two people playing, so it's not like there's a large crowd. But go ahead and shoot me a message in the email. We'd love to have you in here for that. And now, let's get into this. These guys are going to face off. Let's see how this goes. Rolling for turn.
You get first turn.
First turn. I don't know if I want a first turn.
Well, too bad, so sad.
Hey, it's Jesse here. I'm playing Custodes today, so this will be fun. I got Telemon. Dreadnought, he has the Fist and the Storm Cannon, and then I have another Dreadnought with the Dread Spear and two Last Run Bolters. A Shield Captain on a Dawn Bike, another Shield Captain on a Dawn Bike, and then my Commander here on a Dawn Bike. He is also my Warlord. I gave him the Lock Warden Warlord trait, and then I also upgraded him to a Commander Captain and gave him the Indomitable Constitution, so he has +2 to his wounds. And then for a Relic, I gave him the Eagle's Eye, which improves his invul save by 1. And then I got 3 units of Custodian Guard with shields and swords. And then I have a Vexilla with Vexilla Magnifica, which -1 to hit for units that are within 6 inches of him. And then I have the Galactus Dread, which is the Sword and Board Dreadnought. So, oh, and then I have the Grav Tank, and it has Accelerator Cannons and Last Run Bolt Cannons.
How many points total?
That is totaling in at 1987.
It was a good year.
My secondaries, I picked Assassinate because he has a few characters on the board. Engage on all fronts, so I got guys around the board. And then thin their ranks, so I just gotta kill as much as I can. So, let's see how it goes.
Alright, so I will be playing Necrons today for the first time. I will be running the Novak Dynasty. The Silent King will obviously be my Warlord. He's hiding back here. I have a Catacomb Command Barge as well. He will have the Novak Relic Blade, which gives him 2 additional attacks. I've also spent a command point to allow him Eternal Madness, which gives him reroll all wounds. So he has 7 attacks, I believe, for rerolling all his wounds. I also have for heroes, I have my Night Haunt.
Nightbringer.
Nightbringer. He's got his gaze, and he's going to start with the Sky of the Falling Stars for his powers. I also have a Cryptotech and a Technomancer. My Technomancer has also been paid to have the Veil of Darkness, which basically allows him to jump a unit and himself anywhere on the board. I have then 5-man unit of Lich Guard, Sword and Board, 2 20-man units of Warriors with the Reapers, a 5-man unit of Praetori with the shooter and the little Void Blade, and then I have a unit of Scarabs.
So how many? 2,000?
2,000 points directly on the nose. And for my secondaries, I've taken Purge the Vermin out of the Necron book. I will also be taking Assassination, hoping to pick off some of his characters. And the third one I took was Deploy Scramblers. That's it.
Is that it?
That's it. That's everything I got. We'll see how we do. Alright, so turn 1. We kind of pushed up on this flank. I swung the Silent King out and the Nightbringer. Jumped the Praetorians. They advanced to take the point. Shooting from my Silent King went into his smaller Dreadnought. He's got 1 wound remaining. I put 8 on him. And then everything else just kind of got in position to come out. Short, fast turn.
Points.
Oh, nice. You grow 1 every turn.
What happened?
I just went up to 13. I started with 12, went up to 13. You grow a command point every turn.
Nice. On to turn 1, Custodes.
So my turn 1, I pretty much moved my guys forward, ran with all my sword and board guys, moved my bikes up, did some shooting. I was able to get the Silent King's shields down, so now all the damage will just go straight on him, and we'll see how it goes.
Alright, turn 2, Necrons.
You guys a character, right?
Yeah, so you get 3.
Yeah, that guy's not though.
No.
Right. So, end of turn 1, Nightbringer came up, did some spells onto the bike with his gaze.
Those 2.
Huh?
Turn 2.
Turn 2.
What did I say?
You said turn 1.
Oh, end of turn 2, Nightbringer got to jump up and use his powers. So he was going to charge into that guy, but he got him before he got to charge, so that's not going to happen. Shots from my warrior unit finished him off, so there was no melee there. I Veil of Darkness my Technomancer along with a unit of 20 warriors to that corner. We plinked off, I think, 5 wounds off the tank. Fired some shots into the Telemon. He bounced all those. And I dropped this guy to, what, 3 wounds left?
No, you only took 3 wounds.
So I took 3 wounds off his captain.
Yep.
So that was about the end of the turn. Kind of just moving forward, trying to get into more of a shootable range and able to charge.
On to Custodes, turn 2.
Well, end of my turn 2. Not very successful, unfortunately. I failed 2 charges. I literally rolled double 1s for each one, so I did not get them off. That was this guy trying to charge this unit over here, and my Gladius Dreadnought charging those sword and board guys over there. My Telemon and my Captain Commander both made their charges. Unfortunately, neither of them wiped out the unit. So, that's the end of my turn.
Looks like he did kill some guys here, though.
Yep.
Yep.
And got some wounds into
And
that thing.
he put some wounds on that guy too. He put 5 wounds on my barge.
That's pretty good. Alright, turn 3. Necrons.
So turn 3 for the Necrons. The Silent King swooped around. Did not get to do anything because the biker died to the command barge. Moved up with these guys. Brought the Nightbringer in. The Nightbringer took down the Telemon. Consolidated towards the shield captain. Did some pop shots with the Silent King. Couldn't get anything going with him. Lost 2 of my Lich Guard to the Gladius. But they held, and I think they knocked, what, 1 wound off him or something like that?
Yeah.
Nothing major. Brought the tank down. He's got 2 wounds left. 3 wounds left. But I've got him with the warriors up there. And that's the end of the turn. I'm on 2, so I scored 10. And I killed another character, so I assassinated. That's what, my second one?
Yes.
So I'm up to, he's not a character, right?
No, he's not.
So I'm up to 6 on my assassination. I've got him out of 2 edges on my board, so that's another 6. And then, so that's Purge the Vermin, Assassinate. And then, I didn't think about it, I should have raised the banner, but, or done my objective one, but you know, it is too late now. So, we'll just lose that one. I forgot I had that one. I should have been like, doing actions with these guys or these guys.
Yeah.
So on to turn 3 for Custodes.
Well, end of turn 3 for me. Somewhat uneventful. My Gladius, again, has been MVP for me. He does not disappoint. He took out a whole unit by himself of the Lich Guard. And my last shield captain on bike biffed it hardcore.
He should have smoked that guy.
Yeah. And then, no saves.
He's only got 4 wounds. What are they minus?
-3.
Yeah, he's got a 4-up save.
You aren't going to spend a command point too.
Oh, yeah. So he'll just stand back up afterwards.
But they aren't in combat anymore though, right?
Hold on, I gotta see what the roll is for it.
Okay.
Yeah, no. It's after the... I think there's a roll for it.
So you want to explain real quick what happened?
Alright, so I completely forgot that I get to reroll wounds when charging with the spears on the bikes. And so even though I thought he biffed it, I rerolled the wounds and he killed the character. So, yeah.
And Thomas is checking to see, because he's going to come back with a command point. Thomas is checking to see what's going to happen as far as like what he needs to do to make that happen. So be right back.
Alright, so we are going to try to do what is called the Resurrection Protocol. So I need a 4-up and allows my Cryptek to stand back up with D3 wounds. He does not get it. I ain't even going to command point that. You know what? I can't command point it anymore. They changed that rule. So, nope. He is gone.
So that gives me what, 3? Because I took out one of your characters.
Alright, so he's gone plus all those warriors there.
Yep, then that stopped me from extra reanimation because he reanimates D3.
But yeah, that's the end of my turn 3.
So that was turn 4. I took out the Dreadnought with the Silent King. I got another bike. It's another 3 points for Assassinate. I took this point, so 15 for total objective. These guys did the, what do you call it? The intel.
Yeah, gather intel.
So that's another one. So that's about all I got right now. I'm locked in combat with my barge right now. There's one guy left over here. We took the tank down.
Tank went boom.
Okay.
Yep, tank's out. So right now I have 1, 2, and 3 of the objectives.
Yeah, and I think at this point,
Oh, 4.
yeah. So you have all of our majority.
Yeah, so last time I should have got the 3 as well.
So I don't think at this point I can catch up or even survive the last round. So I'm fine with calling it a game.
It was a good game.
It was a lot of fun.
The invul is really definitely hard to deal with, to get rid of.
Yeah.
But again, the Nightbringer MVP over here taking away invuls is huge against the Custodians. So
Yeah. Yeah, good game.
good game. Well, I'm sure there was a lot of rules that we got wrong and just playing through.
Yeah.
Again.
That's half the fun, relearning how to play the game kind of thing. So, I had fun. I know I was happy with how things turned out, even though I lost considerably. I wanted to try to see if the 3 shield captains on the bikes was actually going to do anything. It wasn't half bad, but I probably won't do it again.
I just think there was a lot of mortal wounds to deal with. So I think that they got too close to the Nightbringer too fast, and he was able to use his powers to start bringing down shield captains, and then that plus his taking away your invul say is a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and a shield captain against a unit of 20 warriors plus the other dude. That's not a thing either. I mean,
he would have done really good with it. The Nightbringer popped him with his gaze.
Yeah, that's how he died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Nightbringer gazed him over here and he ran away, and then he caught him again and gazed him a second time and popped him. Nobody else put wounds on any of his. I don't think anybody damaged your bikes. Well, no, your main.
Well, except for
your main one. Well, he took
barge,
some off that too.
Yeah.
And then the barge finished him off. But I think the Nightbringer's gaze and everything took down most of the shield
He's
captains,
definitely
all their
MVP.
health.
Yeah.
So he also dropped the Telemon.
Yep. With one swing of his scythe. Bye bye, Telemon.
So he got at least 2.5. I don't know what the points in it, but he got at least 2.5.
He got half my army. Probably.
And a Telemon.
Yeah.
And 2 of the shield custodes.
Yeah.
With just the Nightbringer.
So that's probably half my army right there.
Yeah. The Silent King popped the other. The Silent King and the Lich Guard popped the other
Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Well, the Silent King almost popped basically both of the other Dreadnoughts because the shields shot the other one.
Oh yeah, the first one got popped by the Silent King as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the shields almost took him out in turn 1. They put him down to like 1 or 2 wounds.
2 wounds, yeah.
Yep. So I like the new guns for the warriors. The short range is kind of but again, the way this army's built, it's built for melee, being Novox, so you're moving anyways. So.
Yeah. I really like the look of the way you painted your guys. They were fantastic. I need to get an airbrush so I can start doing some of that stuff.
Some cheating.
Well, I just like the glow effect that you can do with the airbrush that you can't really do. Like, I tried doing it on my Necrons over there, and it didn't turn out that great, but, yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty impossible to get that effect without an airbrush. You can wet blend, but you'll be there all day long.
And it's so fast. I paint, like, the green on these, I did the whole army in, like, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I base spray painted them silver and let that dry. And then I just lined them all up, and because it's four different colors of airbrush, but I literally did every color, the first color on the whole army, and then went back into the second color. It took me more time, I think, to clean the airbrush than it did to do all the other stuff.
What's funny when you have that happen too, if you're painting and you do the airbrush assembly line like that, is you get all done, or you get done to like the 3rd color and something. And then you look over and you realize there was like 2 guys that got missed.
That'd be horrible.
And then you're like, maybe I can just do without those.
Yeah, the painting. I've still got, this is probably only like maybe a 1/4 of all the Necron stuff I have. Because I have still got all the Satans. I have 3 of the Doomsday Arcs. I have the other barge, the shooting barge, of Triarch Starker. 9 of the old school destroyers. I have 12 of the Wraiths.
Jeez.
I have
Well, I guess
12
I know what
of
you're
the
bringing
Tombs
to
Blade.
the Apocalypse game, huh?
I have 12 Tomb Blades. If I was going to take this to Apocalypse, I would definitely buy a Seraptic Construct and the Monolith. Or the
pylon?
Tesseract. No.
Oh.
They stopped making that.
Oh,
I
really?
was looking yesterday and they discontinued that.
Hmm.
The really big one. They still have the little ones, but they don't. It said sold out on the internet, so it didn't say that temporarily out or whatever.
Well, and they might be redoing the mold too, so it might come back. But right now, yeah,
That's kind of a fun one because they drop in,
Yeah.
so you can mess with people.
I was bummed when they got rid of all the tiles.
Yeah.
That's still
Necron
was just
tiles?
Like, yeah,
They
the
were
Tomb
expensive,
World. And
Well, just
everything
any
else.
of the terrain tiles.
Yeah.
I feel like I got lucky with getting one of the. Well, I have the Imperial Redoubt, Primaris Redoubt, or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a guy though that has 3D printing stuff for Necrons that has a very good. He makes the different types of terrain.
Oh,
He's
man.
got some really cool, like one's a really big pyramid that's really cool looking.
Well, you can make all of that kind of stuff. That's not really the thing. The thing is that's such unique stuff that Forge World had that I'm surprised they dumped it all at once.
Well, because they changed the playing table size
Right.
with 9th edition, so then all the tiles were useless.
Well, not really, because the single tiles, like
Yeah, the
I mean,
Necron ones were just one tile.
it's
Oh,
2
really?
by 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one like
you
little
have is
building.
2 by 2.
Yeah.
So they
Well-
should have left all of those. I mean, I can see getting rid of like the 4 by 8, you know. But
Yeah. Well, and I gotta work on my tile too because it has like a centimeter little. Because it's
Trying to
supposed.
get warped.
No, it's not trying to. It's not starting to get warped, but it's so all the other tiles are like there's just a centimeter, like 1 centimeter kind of up level kind of thing. So then when I put it on like one of these mats, there's a centimeter gap of where the tile ends and the mat is kind of thing.
No, I see.
So I'm thinking I might try and clip that bottom part off, but if the tiles ever come back, then I'm just like, oh, I screwed myself there.
Yeah, I'd just leave it.
You know?
It's not that. I mean,
I just like the mats because your models don't slide.
I like
well,
that
and you can
too.
throw dice on it and they don't
Like
make no
the
noise.
old school ones, like the little hills and stuff, you always slid down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then if
I
you use
have those.
dice too, if
Yeah.
you use dice, then you can like wreck the table too. Because sometimes the paint would chip or.
Well, what I
stuff
didn't like
that.
about like all of the, you know, even before these tiles came out, the Games Workshop ones were fine because they hold everything really well if you glue it on there well.
Yeah.
But what I didn't like is when people did all the homemade stuff, and I did some homemade ones before too. But with all the rocks and the gravel and stuff, you couldn't set any of your books on them where they just get all dented up.
Yeah. I had a lot of
Anything you
books
put
that
on
like
those just
that.
get chewed. You know. So yeah, I don't miss those days. And the mats are so much. I mean, you can store 30 mats,
Yeah.
you know, in the space that you could store one instead of the other tiles.
Yeah.
You know, so that's way better. I don't know. I dig it. But anything else about the game?
I think
It was my first time filling the Necrons in 9th. They're pretty hardy. So their new style of resurrection is, or not resurrection, the reanimation
Yeah.
is
It's different.
yeah,
I
it's
think
better, and
yeah.
that used to be the downside with the 7th and 8th version is you paid for reanimation protocol, but if they could wipe the whole unit in a single turn, then you didn't get anything out of it. So now the way it is that you can at least try to get some back between is nice. So it actually makes it useful.
Yeah. Well,
So
and
you're
it's,
not paying for it, but you don't.
You're still paying
necessarily-
for it now. I mean, they're still
But you can
actually
always
costing
use
into the
it.
model. But before, before, basically, you could only reanimate in the command phase, right? So they had a whole turn
where you could
of just decimating your
one
squad,
unit.
right?
Yeah.
And if it all dies, then nothing comes back. So they would focus fire one unit at a time and blow it off the table during the turn. Now it's this guy shoots me, I lose 2. they go to another guy. Well, those guys could stand up.
It's kind of like a save after a save almost.
Yeah, it's basically a feel no pain.
Yeah.
In all intents and purposes, they fall down, but it's a feel no pain.
Yeah.
So.
Think about like Terminator style. The guy falls over, but he ain't really dead.
Right. Yeah, he gets back up in the battle as it's going, and keeps going.
Yeah.
So, and which is different. In 8th edition, they FAQ'd that you couldn't use reanimation protocol to like your advantage, so you couldn't string onto an objective with it. Now they say you can. So if I can get like within like say 6 inches of or I'm right outside the range of an objective, and somebody attacks me and I die, I can reanimate forward onto that, nice. So I can actually get that objective. So before you couldn't do that.
I think you can do that with demons too. If demons die, they can come back and.
But in 8th, they actually FAQ'd saying you couldn't do it with anything. You couldn't chain towards stuff. You couldn't use your comebacks as ways to get on to.
Well, I know they're trying to get rid of the whole chaining thing because some people just abuse it. But.
Oh, I used to.
You know.
Yeah. I used to take one 30-man blob of plague bearers and I would block out half the freaking board with them. One daisy chain around.
Yeah.
So, but I mean that's all they're good for. So, at that time, so that was what I used them for. So I'm pretty excited to get back into 40K. Been doing a lot of AOS the last few years, so feeling good about this version of it and getting in, if COVID ever goes away, to being able to play some tournaments. So.
Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and be part of the horde. We'll see you in the next one.